Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Cleaver Family Frat House as I get ready to watch Michelle decorate the walls with her Technicolor yawns in another episode of Perfidious Pete Plays Sheltered. And I have to say here that old Michelle's sense of feng shui, it's all jacked up, man. If Vern Yip was here, he'd be tossing the entire family out of the shelter right now and forcing them to trade spaces with the fleshy-headed mutants who live out in the irradiated wastes above ground until this entire shelter here was all patched up. It turns out stagnant puddles of vomit, yeah, not really that conducive to a positive flow of chi. Well, you know, I would not have suspected that myself, but it turns out that's in fact the way it works out. And the really funny part about the whole trading spaces thing, I'm not sure if the family did trade spaces with the radiation zombies from out in the waste that Wally and the Beeve would even mind. I mean, if you saw it last episode, you know that they spent like the last 2 weeks out wandering the waste, slicing up strange women like a pound of bacon from the walk-in freezer at a Wendy's. Wendy's, by the way, of course, the home of the Baconator, a sandwich so bacony it will actually make you hate bacon. But, yeah, after last episode, I'm starting to think maybe Wally and the Beeve have kind of developed a taste for murder. And it's so much so that I think during their little trading spaces jaunt, Ward may have to sit down with the two lads, have a little heart-to-heart, and dispense some fatherly advice, you know. Stuff like, now boys, you can't just go on murdering women like that. You're gonna have to, you know, if you want to play fair, you're gonna have to murder a man again every now and then as well, boys. Then Wally will be like, aw, gee, Dad, do I really have to? I only like cutting up women. They're all soft and squishy, and they make me feel funny in my private parts. And then Ward would come and be like, yes, that's all well and good, son. Perfectly normal, perfectly natural. But if you only kill women, son, gotta remember, it's gonna be that much easier for the cops to figure out what your pattern is. It's really best, son, if you just vary it up every now and then. And then Wally'd be like, oh, gosh, all right, Dad. Then Ward'd be like, that's my boy. Now, why don't you go see what your mother's got in the stove down in the kitchen? I thought I smelled a fresh batch of peanut butter cookies. Wally and a Beeve, of course, then chime in and be like, cookies, yay! And tear off down the stairs with their blood-covered knives still clutched in their little hands. Yeah, that'd be great. Man, I really got into the whole Leave It to Beaver thing there. It is raining, which means we got to send out a party. Who's in good enough shape to handle that? Wally needs a shower. Beeve needs a shower and is starving. You know, apart from the food poisoning, Michelle's actually in pretty good. Yeah, you know what, Michelle? It's time for you to go out into the wastelands. Your hunger, thirst, tiredness, and dirtiness are all at relatively acceptable levels. Your perception blows. You're actually basically a pack mule. We're going to need somebody a little, you know, I don't want to say more fit, but more fit to take care of you. Or at least keep you company. Not necessarily take care of. I don't know what I'm implying here, but I think we'll send Douglas to watch over you. Not because you're a woman, but because, I mean, you're basically a worthless tool. You're not very good at stuff. Not picking on you because you're a lady. I mean, look at June Cleaver. Look at June. June is amazing. She's good at everything. What do you got, Michelle? What do you got? Yeah, no skills in the kitchen, no gorgeous blonde hair, no delightful dress, no proven motherhood instinct. You got none of that, Michelle. You got nothing like June Cleaver. June Cleaver's got it all. Personality, she's got wit, she's got humor, she's got charm. She's the total package, Michelle, and you are nothing. All right, where do we want to send these guys? We do have a lot of water. A lot of water. So we can really sort of make a bit of a jaunt here if we want to. We did have some really good experiences last time in Brookbank, looting it out. We looted it out real good, man. Whatever that city is huge, though. I kind of want to, as strange as it sounds, I want to check out some of these parts out more in the wilderness. Is that, I mean, is this all the farther we can travel, really? All right. What if we do a bit of a longer jaunt? So let's chain up some stops we've been to before where we can pick up some goods. Like, let's hit this church, then we'll springboard out to this small house, then we'll hit this, and then on the way back, we'll make a couple stops here. That's going to take most of our water, and by most of our water, I mean basically all of our water. But it's raining, so we can afford to refill. Let's confirm that and get some equipment. Douglas, I mean, Wally, Beaver, I know you guys, I know you don't like it, but boys, I'm afraid it's time to learn a little lesson about sharing. You're going to have to agree to share that knife with Douglas. Oh, Dad, do I have to? It's my best knife. I spend hours every night honing it with my whetstone and then licking it and kissing it before putting it under my pillow every night. Yes, son, I'm afraid sometimes sharing is a valuable lesson. Oh, geez. Okay, here you go, Douglas. Just try not to chip the blade. And if you do shank a bitch out in the wilderness, make sure you bring me a chunk of her liver for my collection. Wally's one twisted fuck, man. Twisted fuck. We could build another satchel, but I actually have plans for this leather that do not include a satchel. Douglas, you know what? Are we going to send them out with the gas mask? You know what? I'm going to risk the radiation poisoning. This is a long trip. I really don't care. Michelle, what was your strength? It wasn't, you know what? We're going to have you equip a rock, I think. Were you strong enough to equip a rock? I honestly don't remember, but it seems like a rock is better than nothing. We're also going to have you equip a satchel. No gas mask for you either. We're going to save those for the actual family members. You guys are on your fucking own. 2 screwdrivers. We could actually build another, expansion to the old shelter here, and I think we may do that. If for no other reason than to use up some of those things that are taking up room in our inventory. So yeah, Michelle and Doug, they're on their way out. All right, who's the least tired? Wally, you're not tired and you are filthy dirty already, so guess what you're gonna get to do, pal? Yeah, you're gonna be digging a hole. Why don't you go expand the shelter? All right, Beeve, you've got some needs that need to be taken care of. I think you'll be fine. Ward, you're in pretty good shape. So we got some items to craft, and I think Ward's going to be the boy to craft them. Let's take a look here. We have got to get another medium water butt. We want to be able to store. It's raining right now, and we want to be able to store as much of this water as we can. So let's get this built. That should be finished before we risk running our current other stockpiles full. June, we've got an item we need you to craft as well, so head on down here. What, we're going to have June build another pantry. Be like, oh, sure, put June in the kitchen. Don't play me like that, chat. I just need somebody to build a pantry. It doesn't have to be June. I'm not trying to gender stereotype her just because she's a woman. Oh, just because she's a woman, Pete, you make her build a... No, it's just June has the skills to pay the bills, and I can't trust fucking Ward with a hammer and nails. He's only going to fuck it up. He'll drive a nail through his own foot. He's an idiot. Stumbled across a church and it looks like it might have some good loot. You know, we were just there 12 days ago and the loot wasn't that good. Beaver, would you take a shower, you filthy little stinky urchin? I mean, you fucking reek, man. You smell like like a tamale that's been sitting inside of an old shoe. Your funk is palpable. Alright, so Ward, you finished that. Alright, we're gonna have Ward. There's one other item on my craft list, which is something that seems extraordinarily useful. Building another bed actually would not be bad either. Do we really need another bed at the moment, though? I think we can pass on that. We do need 7 rope to upgrade. We need 7 rope to upgrade, but I think this punching bag is actually going to be even more useful. Let's build a little gym over here. Ward, build that. We'll check the radio again. The church has stuff that might be... Oh, fuck me, a hinge. Oh, that's amazing. We can build a refrigerator when these guys get back. Take 4 lengths of pipe, because why wouldn't we? Paint can. I mean, we'll just take everything for now. They'll give us some junk to trade with if we run into a trader, maybe. Meanwhile, we got Wally over here busting his hump, digging holes in the shelter. We gotta try and take his mind off of his bevy of women that he's been murdering, otherwise the cops are gonna come calling and be like, hey, somebody's been murdering a lot of women out here in the waste, and we think maybe your son is involved. Wally'd be like, oh, Dad, geez, it wasn't me, what are you gonna do? And they'd be like, well, I'm sorry, son. Guess the cops are on to you. They're hauling you off to the hoosegow. We actually only got up to 45 water, which is a little unfortunate. All right, Ward is a sleepy. Got some people coming down to use the intercom. June doing her patented maintenance here. Why don't you fix this? As soon as the Beeve gets out of the shower, I'm sending his dumb ass up to the surface to fix the oxygen and water filter. Are you done? What's wrong with the beaver? You got food poisoning? God damn it, Beeve. Every time anybody eats when they're dirty, they get fucking food poisoning. They spend the next week puking all over the shelter. This place has got to smell like it's got to smell like the janitor's closet at a high school, where, you know, it'll smell exactly like the can they use to store that green stuff they sprinkle on vomit. Strike a chain, but you ain't letting any of your stuff go away cheap. Well, what have you got that I might want? These anti-radiation tablets are extremely tempting. They're also incredibly expensive. I want 3 of the leather as well. Yeah, I'm actually pretty okay with giving up some... we have 5. You know what? Books are worth a fortune, right? Yeah. Let's just give them 2 books. And 1 water. That makes this an even trade. I don't need the pipe. I wouldn't mind the metal. I'm taking a 3 leather. Actually, you know what? Give me more of that leather. We got to get rid of something that's worth 8. What do we have a bunch of that we don't necessarily need? Coal, how much are you worth? 4. We can't even use coal, so why not get rid of it? It's just taking up space in our inventory. And we'll top it off with 2 more water. We're going to use this leather to craft a new satchel. As soon as the beaver gets done wasting water, you're just going to vomit it on the floor, beaver. God damn it, now your mother's going to have to... You fucking jerk. Alright, you know what, Beav? Since you're, going to try and puke all of my water all over the floor, hey, come build a satchel. Yeah, that's your next job. I don't want you eating or drinking because you're just going to puke everywhere. And then, poor beleaguered June Cleaver, domestic goddess that she is, will clean it up because she loves her kids, even though they're stupid, treacherous, murderous thugs who can't be trusted and should probably be institutionalized. No, June will clean everything up because she's a good mother like that. That's why I love her, man. Look at her. She wants what's best for her children, even though her children are monsters. She's got kind of a Cersei Lannister sort of thing going. What are you doing, June? Getting something to eat? Oh, you're still cleaning. All right. Well, Wally, would you take a shower? You know what, Wally? Get up and take a shower. You're too filthy. I don't want you accidentally eating while filthy and winding up like your brother, vomiting all over the fucking floor. Wow, Beaver finished our satchel and then just immediately yacked all over. So we got to keep Beaver in... Hey, here's an idea. We got to keep the Beav up with a task. We got to keep him busy, otherwise he's going to be puking. Yeah, check out the small house out in the wasteland. All right, Beav, how about this? You feeling a little nauseous? You feeling a little sick to your stomach? Yeah, well, guess what's really going to suck? When I throw you inside a fucking hazmat suit, you going to puke inside that, buddy? Yeah, go ahead and spray the walls with a little Technicolor yawn in there, because I got to say, that's going to end in tragedy for you. Be drowning in a puddle of your own sick. Also, go out and fix the oxygen filter, you tool. Another chunk of leather, which is good. Scrap of food, nylon, couple nail springs, and some duct tape. All right. I mean, these guys are looting locations we've already looted and still managing to find some pretty solid stuff. June's going to grab herself a little can of what I have to assume is like Chef Boyardee. It's really the only thing that makes sense. It's got to be Chef Boyardee. Ward, are you about ready to get your lazy ass up? There's some things around the old... Oh, there's black rain on the surface. That's bad. You should probably get involved. This means that Douglas and Michelle are basically certain to get radiation poisoning. We sent them out without a gas mask, and black rain means radiation poisoning. Knows how to survive an Armageddon. Why does this guy strike me as like a 20 gangster boy? Ah, you look like somebody who knows how to survive an Armageddon. And Michelle just confirms. We've made it this far. This is how it's gonna go down, and I'm gonna kick your ass, and you're gonna take it like a good soldier, see? You're gonna like it, too. I'm gonna put my foot square in your rectum. Yeah, what do you think about that, chap? I think you're in for a bad time of it, Edward, here, because we're gonna fuck you up. Michelle's gonna smash your head in with the rock. Meanwhile, good old Douglas here is gonna make with the shank. Yeah, here's a nice start for you. You're already half dead and bleeding because you got the shit stabbed out of you. And Michelle's gonna just bash your head in with the rock. Holy crap! Michelle can fight! Look at her go! Alright, this attack is going to be steel? What do you got? We stole some of your water and killed you. I have to assume that Douglas is just like, I'm gonna drink your blood. A glass jar. Alright, I mean, I'll take it. This guy had a can of gasoline in an old gas jar. Seems like maybe before you were threatening us, sir, you should have fashioned your gasoline and jar into a Molotov cocktail. You ever think about that? Yeah, you might not be a corpse rotting on an old highway somewhere in the apocalypse if you had done that. If only you had found an oily rag to go with it. Be sitting pretty. Well, rain is rain, black or not. We'll take it, because, hey, rain is water. Oh, Beaver, no, you're not coming back in the shelter. Why don't you fix that, too? Fix the old oxygen filter while you're up there. I wonder if we just put Beaver to bed. If we have him come in, take off the suit, and just go to bed, will he get better faster? Let's try this. Once he fixes the oxygen filter. Just take the suit off and then sleep. What can we have Wally do? There's got to be something here for Wally to fix. Let's take a look at the old clipboard here. Let's, the makeshift shower could use some repair. bed could use some fixing. The stove and toilet could use a little patching up. Go fix the stove, Wally. And when you're done with that, fix the toilet. June, I guess we could have you patch up the shower. No drawbacks. How's a generator doing? Plenty of fuel. All right, radio transmission coming in. This is Michelle out in the wasteland. My skin is peeling off of my body. This black rain is like acid. I feel as though I have just stabbed an alien from the movie Aliens, and it's melting my flesh. Could you please let us come home? The answer is no, by the way. We're just going to stand here. You know what, Ward? You should be in pretty good shape. Yeah, you know what? Hit this thing. Train. I want to see what this does. Found something at this clearing. Are you interested? I mean, I guess. Oh, what is this? Used in creating homemade stress remedies. Garlic. Creating homemade antibiotics. Ginger root. Homemade food poisoning remedies. Well, we could use that. Oak bark. Homemade anti-radiation remedies. Raw honey. I mean, this would be good if I knew how to use any of this shit. But I will take some of it because maybe it's good to trade. So let's get rid of all of our junk items, like this stuff that has to be recycled that we literally can't use. And instead we'll take this, I want the honey. I mean, if nothing else, we could just eat the honey, right? We should be able to do that. The hinge is the most valuable thing we've got. I'm going to ditch that water. So wandering out in the forest can actually get us sort of like food sources. How's our water storage looking? We're up to 80 maximum water storage. That's pretty good. So Ward's over there punching. Ward, you fight. You can tell Ward has never been in a fist fight in his life. Look at him. Look at him throwing punches. He's trying to throw uppercuts at a heavy bag. The only fight Ward has ever had is the fight to decide whether or not to have a 5th martini at his 4 martini lunches. He'd be like, should I go for number 5? I mean, I'm already going to be swerving back to the office pretty strongly, and maybe, yeah, you know what? I should probably fight to resist that 5th martini. That's Ward's kind of fight. Wally, why don't you fix this sleeping bag, even though I'm not necessarily sure it needs fixed. What else is over here that needs bumped up? Somebody needs to fix the bed. And probably patch up the sleeping bag. Alright, June, here. Why don't you fix the bed? Is Ward exhausted now? No, but he really has to pee. Alright, you pee, Ward. Just here, use the toilet. Well, who I really want up in their strength is Wally and the Beav. Did Beaver just get out of bed to vomit? Pretty sure he did. He just got out of bed and puked. Oh, no, he's out of bed because he's just not tired anymore. And now that he doesn't have a distraction. Here, let's do this. You know what, Beav? It's time for you to learn to fight through the pain, buddy. Go train. It's because it seems like if we keep them busy, they don't vomit as much, which makes for a cleaner shelter. Lumberyard. All right. Food, yes. Rope, absolute must. No, we can't not take rope. Water. These erasers are really useful. This sander would be enormously useful as well, although I think we have a sander. Let's take as much wood as we can. It is a lumber yard. I want this rope. Do I want to give away something in favor of the rope? I also need this eraser, though, because we need that rubber. Let's ditch the spring. Take the rubber. You know what? I'm going to ditch the... leather is so useful, though. We could make another satchel. Fuck it. Let's get rid of that limestone and take the rope instead. There you go, Beav. Fight through the pain, pal. That's my boy. Now you're on to something. Yeah, keep throwing punches. You got it. You know what you're all about. Meanwhile, June looks on in concern. Oh, he's so sick, though. Really? Should we have him be... And Ward's like, don't worry, honey. He's going to have to learn to fight. If he's going to be murdering women like this, I mean, someday, he's going to be in a fight for his life against the police, and he's going to have to know how to handle himself. This is really for the best. Now, why don't you go over there to the stove and whip me up a nice batch of mashed potatoes? Meanwhile, Beaver yaks all over the floor again. You know what, Ward? It's your turn to clean up Beaver's vomit. Just, you're on puke duty. Get to work. As soon as the black rain stops, we may launch another expedition here, too. More radio. A lot of good loot. Take a look. Of course, no, just leave it. We don't want loot. Just, we're not interested in loot. We'll just abandon it. Can we build another bed? If we could build another actual bed, we can. does this have any critical components we might need to use elsewhere? That's the key question. Pipes and valves. We don't have any valves. We got plenty of pipe. Not enough. You know, we could. Oh, what we should be building is now. Damn it! They didn't come back with my hinge yet. Forgot about that. We need that hinge back. Do I want to build any of these? I mean, another small crate would not be terrible, and we have plenty of wooden nails and more wooden nails on the way. You know what? Yeah, build another crate. Just put that right there for now. Looks like this shack has some stuff that might be useful. What do you think? Well, you should investigate the shack. It has a bullet and a crowbar and a gun. Well, yeah, we should probably... that's pistol ammo, though. We don't have any bullet ammo. So I want you. I definitely want the food. We've got to have the plastic. What is it? Oh, a tire. We could use this to repair the camper van. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, natural remedies, but your shit has got to go. I don't know how we can capitalize on you anyway, but a crowbar, a rifle, bullets, these are things that are much more important, as is plastic right now, too. As much as I would love to get raw honey, passion flowers, garlic, ginger root, and assorted mannequin parts, because, you know, with the assorted mannequin parts, Wally could finally fixture his sculpture that he's been building down in the basement. I mean, it's mostly just mannequins with various body parts missing and red temper paint thrown on them, but he's calling it a sculpture. Beaver continues to vomit on the floor. Okay, sounds good, Beef. Keep puking, baby. And with 80 water, I feel like once we should probably do another expedition. Once Wally finishes whatever it is he's finishing, I think we'll build a bed, deconstruct this sleeping bag, and put a bed there. Yeah, let's do that. All right, deconstruct that. Don't sleep in it. Our path is blocked by a ferocious-looking creature. Should we deal with this ourselves? I mean, I guess. Yes. In the woodland. So what do we get? This is probably a bear, right? It's a wolf. Oh, holy shit. You mess with the wrong pal. You mess with the wrong man, wolf. You're about to get the wolf blocked a knife thrust. All right, well, I would not have expected that. He also blocked our rock shot. And now Michelle is getting her throat torn out. Okay, she countered, and the wolf has also blocked. This wolf is unhittable. You want to shank the wolf? There you go, Doug. By the time somebody did something, bash his head in with the rock. You guys are getting fucked up. And I need you guys to come back because you've got my hinge. Meanwhile, oh God. He's feasting on her delicious warm innards. All right, subdue the wolf? Okay, that was admittedly probably not a great idea. Just melee attack the wolf. I'm guessing the wolf probably has nothing you can steal. So let's just smash his head in with a rock. The wolf has meat. And leather. I kind of want the meat. Yep, so long duct tape. I'd rather have some meat. Can be eaten raw, but highly recommended that it is cooked first. Well, we'll do what we can. These guys did find a tire and some raw meat. Michelle got a massive amount of trauma. Yeah, getting your throat torn out by a wolf turns out, yeah, you know, it's not that fun. So while he's deconstructing that, all right, sleeping bag deconstructed. We got some wood, well, wool and nylon back. All right, good. Water storage is at max capacity. So let's grab Wally. We're gonna have him craft a new bed for us because sleeping in the bed is much better than sleeping in a sleeping bag. And as always, every episode is gonna end with somebody feeding the fucking cat. Our cat is like the cat from the Flintstones. If only that cat would stay out for the night in the black rain, we wouldn't have to feed it anymore because it'd be dead. All of its fur would get melted off. So sick of feeding you. Anyway, I am going to wrap this one up. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot. And if you'd like to see the continuing adventures of the Cleaver family, including more worldsy homespun advice from the world's greatest dad, Ward Cleaver, who will help you along your stretch as you try and strive to become a murderous thug, you might consider subscribing as well, because Ward's handing out solid homespun wisdom on a regular basis. Right now, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.